Okay, so I'm going to show you how to index Wisconsin birth records. You go to FamilySearch.org and then come over here to indexing right here at the top. You're going to click on that and come down to web indexing. You're going to click on that. This is your indexing page, so any batches you haven't finished would be here, and you can just open the batch and finish those up, not a big deal. And then down here on the left-hand side to groups is where we want to go, down to the Plain City 3rd Ward group. Okay, so this is our ward group, and we want to come down here. This is how we're doing as a ward as far as indexing goes. And these are the projects I've adopted for us. They're easier to read and good projects for us to do. The Liberia one we've got done. Our reviewers are just working on that now. And the church census record, I've done a different video for it. So that's where it is. And right here in the middle is our Wisconsin birth records. We're going to go to index now. When you first get into a batch, there will be project helps over here, but because I've been in it before, it doesn't bring them up. So I'll show you how to get into those. These records have private information on people who might still be alive. So they're just telling you to, please not share their information with anybody. Okay, so if the project instructions, the first time you get in, it will have this here, the project instructions. And if you look down here, it will give you examples of different ways that they have done birth certificates so that you can kind of see how that looks and what that looks like. Okay, so they will be there. I'm going to close that out, but you can always get back into it right here. I'm going to bring this up just a little bit so we can see it better and bring it down. There's obviously stuff here that we can index, so I'm going to say yes. Our choice is yes, no, it's a duplicate, or no extractable image. So be very careful on duplicates. Make sure it's really truly a duplicate. So we're going to hit next, and yes, there's stuff here too. So we're going to hit next. Okay, this is a certificate. The only choice is certificate or charge out records. Charge out are adoption records that show you birth mother, adoptive parent, and that kind of thing. And they're very different. You will be able to tell that if you get one. 7574. Okay, so your file number is the big number right here. Sometimes it's over in this corner, but it's usually somewhere around the top. Okay, so now we're going down to the child's given name, which is right here. Elizabeth Ann. Thiel looks like her last name. Yes, down here on her father, it's a little bit easier to read. So yeah, I would say that's her last name. Suffix, junior, senior, a number, anything like that. Nope, we don't have any of that. Her birth month is right here, August. And then we've got 20th. And her birth year is 1921. Okay, her time of birth, that's going to be down at the bottom. So right down here, 2:30 a.m. It asks for the hour first. Let me bring this up so you can see it better. Hour and then minutes in the indicator. Okay, a lot of these don't have any minutes, and you would put Control B for blank in there if there was no minutes, but this one does, so we're going to put the 30 there, and then it is AM, so I will put the A there. Okay, sex of the child, that's right here, 2:30 a.m. Okay, the sex of the child is right here. She is female. F, enter, gives us female. Birth, multiple birth. The check marks usually mean that there wasn't, but we just put Control blank because it doesn't really say, it's just a check mark. And same with order of birth, just a blank there. So Control B is your blank. Then it wants to know where was she born. That's up at the top. So it's right here. And she was born in the city of W-A-U. K-E-S-H-A. I do have W-A, put an H in there. It's a U. Okay. Okay. I highlight and do a right click and do search Google to see if there is such a thing in Wisconsin. And yeah, it is a city in the county of, so we've got it, Waukesha. Okay. I just like to double check sometimes when I can't tell the spelling on some of these. Here's the city, here's the county. So W-A-U-K-E-S-H-A. Okay, name of the hospital should be right here. It doesn't have it, but if you'll notice, their residence and the place of birth is the exact same. So that means that this was a home birth. Home birth is what we're going to put right there when it says name of hospital or institution, home birth. Sometimes they'll have a name of a hospital. A lot of times it's blank, and just control B because they just didn't put it in. Okay, so over here, the mother's name, her given name and her maiden name. So her given name is Julia, and her maiden name is Nash, and her current surname, we look right here, legitimate, yes, so that means she's married, and her current surname would be the Thiel. Okay, right over here is her age. She is 43. The mother's state birthplace was Wisconsin, W-I, okay, and you can just hit enter and it will take that in. Her birth country is not listed, although we do know that it's United States. We have to put control B for blank in there because it does not say that it was the United States. Okay, and these little question mark things will tell you stuff like that. Let's go back up for just a second. So it tells you right here, do not assume the country name from other information on this document. So, and you can't assume it from what you know either. So, okay, so right here, the mother's birth, control B on her month, day, and year, because it doesn't give her birth date at all over here. Her residence, though, is the same as this one, and gives us the address, and it's the exact same address as where she was born. So by other stuff on here, we can tell what it was, but it said not to assume it by other things on the document. So we're going to have to go control blank on here for her city, county, and state as far as residents go, because they did not list it where it says residence. I know it, anyway, that's the way they said to do it on their little helps thing. So, okay, father's given name is right here, Herman, Carl, and his surname is Dale. He does not have any suffix, so control B, no junior, senior, any of that. He is 38 years old. His birth state, okay, so we don't have the state, control blank, but his country was Germany. And we don't, again, it doesn't list his birth month, day, or year. So those are all control B, control day, and year. Now it says month received by the local registrar. That's down at the bottom, right here. So we got August, and it was the 30th, 1921. Deceased indicator. So up here, sometimes it will tell you whether they're stillborn. Yep, right here. Stillborn, no. So, no, this baby was alive. And mother married, legitimate, yes. Now, it wants the baby's weight, inches, all that kind of stuff, and it does not give that on here. So we are going to control B that all the way down through the inches, through the length, to amended indicator. Amended means is things been changed on here, and a lot of times you'll be in a different color of ink, and there'll be a stamp that says when that was changed on here. And there is nothing like that on there, so we're going to go no on that. There's no social security number on here either, so we're going to go no on that too. And then we're going to come down. We don't want to create another entry. There's no other child on here. We want to go to our next image, which will bring us to this next child. So here we are at Ruth Marie Jacoby. So form type is a certificate. Her number's right here, 119757. Okay, the given name's right here. Ruth Marie, surname Jacoby, okay, and there's no suffix, no junior, senior, or anything like that. Control B. Okay, her birth month, it's right over here. Okay, so we're right here, August 21, 1921. Okay, time of birth, that's going to be down at the bottom. Right here, I'm going to scroll this up so you can see where I'm at. Okay, so hour, right here, 8, enter, minutes, 30, enter, indicator, AM, A, enter. Now it wants to know whether she's male or female, so we've got to come back up to the top. I'm going to bring us down to here. Right here is where it tells us female. Okay, multiple birth. It is right here. We've just got those check marks, okay? So that's control blank in both of those. Multiple birth and order of birth because it doesn't state specifically. Okay, then it wants to know where she was born, and this was in that W-A-U-H-E-S-H-A. Okay, I'm just going to hit this other one real quick. Let's see how I spelled it. W-A-U, that's why I saw K-E-S-H-A. Like it just doesn't look right. A-U, that's a K. Okay. Okay, so W-A-U-K-E-S-H-A. Okay, and as long as I can see that it could be a K, I can do it. If it's actually misspelled, then we have to misspell it, but I think it's just sloppy writing, especially since this guy most likely lived in the area and is a clerk for this area. East Avenue, same. This baby was born at home, so this is a home birth. Mother's given name is Anna Bertha, and her maiden name, Anna Bertha, and here's the maiden, Clausen. And her current name, she's legitimate, so the Jacoby is her current surname. So we're going to come up here. Mother's age is right here. She's 31. Okay, let's just pull this up. Her birthplace was in Wisconsin, so W-I-S. It doesn't give the birth country. We know it is, but okay, and it doesn't give the mother's birth date, her month, day, or year. But her residence at this point in time is East Avenue, but it doesn't say what town or anything, so we have to do the blanks on that too. So blank for the city, county, and state on that. Father's name is Robert, B-E-N-J. You do not spell it out. You put in exactly what they've got. So even though it's probably Benjamin, we just leave it like it is. Jacoby, and then no suffix or anything, so we're going to go Control B for the blank. The father's age is right here. He's 32. His birth state is Indiana. And it doesn't list the country. Let me scroll this up so you can see better again. Control B for country. It doesn't list his birth date. So it is B all the way down. And we are down to right here. So August 30th is the date. This was recorded 1921. Okay, they received it. Deceased indicator is up here. Okay, stillborn, no. So no, this baby is not deceased. I thought, did it just indicate? And yes, it indicates. But if you look here, it says, why in this field if it indicates the child is deceased? Otherwise, you're going to put a no. So those little helps are helpful. Mother's marriage, yes. It's legitimate birth, so yes. Okay. And then the weight and everything of the baby is not on here. So these are all control blank down through the length. Okay. Amended factor, again. There's nothing on here that shows that it was amended. So, nothing that shows change. The only thing that's a different color ink is the day that they received it at the registrar's office, which is normal. Okay, so we're going to go no. And there's no social security number on here. We submit the batch. Hit submit batch. If you'd left anything blank, it would tell you and make you go back for it. And then remember that there are other people who will check this too, so just do the best that you can. If you want to do another similar batch, you just hit here. Otherwise, you can close out right here. And that's it. Thanks.